Hey, bud. Bud, wakey, wakey.
What?
Video time.
Oh, really?
Welcome back to the channel. So today, we don't have any bikes in the stand. We don't have any riding planned. But we are laying in our tent, which we are taking to...
Algonquin.
Yes. How many days?
7.
Excellent. How many people?
5.
Yes. We're gonna have a blast, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is our 2022 July loadout video. So stay tuned. Hey Dirty Forks viewers, welcome back to the channel. So in this one, this is our
2022 Algonquin loadout video. Woo!
Yes, sir. And we can't wait. We are exactly 5 days away from hitting the road and going on probably one of the most epic trips we've been on in a while. So we've got how many days?
7 days.
How many nights?
6.
Exactly. All our gear is basically the same as last year. I do have a new pack. I got this pack for my birthday, and it's the Recreational Barrel Works Expedition Algonquin pack, 125 liter volume.
I can fit in it.
Yes, you can. And it's with the 175 liter dry bag inside as a liner. So can't wait to use that. And Owen's got my old red this year.
I've got big red.
He's got big red, big old red. So he'll be carrying that.
Yeah.
All right, bud, why don't you show the people what you got going on in your pack this year?
All right. So I'm carrying the hatchet, the saw and multi-tool, my new rope saw, the tarp, tackle box, fillet. I'm carrying the fillet knife,
Windscreen.
windscreen, rope, the 2 gas cans, the water filter for camp, my pillow, my sleeping bag, the pot, my chair, sleeping mat, 2 water bottles. What's this? Tent poles?
Yep.
The tent poles, the 2 mugs, fire bucket with all the matches and lighters, the forks and the knives, and the bowls. That's what I'm carrying.
And I'm carrying toilet paper, because you know that's important. We're bringing the lantern. We've had this lantern for years, and Owen and I have always taken this lantern whenever we went car camping. And it's good because it's got a hook on top here, and it hangs right on top of at the top of the tent. So it's pretty handy to have. It's a little weighty, but we're not really concerned too much about weight this year, and we'll get into that a little bit later. I've got my sleep system here this year, and I am bringing a backup sleep pad for both of us, just in case one gets a hole in it or something. It's just nice to have a backup. And then I've got the tent there. I'm bringing my footprint for the tent this year. I got my chair, a couple of rain jackets, a little camp towel. This is the first aid kit. In that first aid kit, we've got tenacious tape for patch jobs. We got bear spray. I've got a spare brand new Katadyn Be-Free filter in there for water purification. We also have antibiotic ointment, band-aids for days, and yeah, a bunch of other stuff in there for you know, cuts, scrapes, bruises, big bug bites, whatever may happen. This I'm also carrying. This is a second pair of shoes for camp for both Owen and I. And yeah, that's all that's going in my pack this year. I've got a couple toiletries. And I'll also be carrying both sets of clothes for us because my pack is completely waterproof. So I'll be doing that part. So we do have a few chargers that we're bringing for the phone because that's how I take the video out there. And yeah, our fishing tackle is pretty dialed, eh? We got mostly spoons and crankbaits and deep divers and stuff like that because we're going for trout pretty much. There are some areas where we can get some bass, but we want to catch trout. We got to catch a fish this year, eh?
Yeah. And now the tradition of catching the catfish with toothpaste.
Oh, why don't you tell them that story quick? All right, so one night we're at the site last year.
Okay.
And we were at the fire, and all of a sudden we heard a bunch of commotion from the kids. And what were you guys doing?
Oh, we were catching catfish with toothpaste and an old broken lure. So, who catches catfish with toothpaste? If you've ever done that, leave it in the comments, please. We want to know. Let's go over the route quick, because this is a route that I would say about 80% of it I haven't seen. I've done a lot of tripping in Algonquin. I've also worked in Algonquin Park, at kids camps and stuff, and just over the years I've done quite a bit in Algonquin, but most of this trip I haven't done yet. So what lake are we accessing? Opeongo.
Which is the biggest lake in the park. So in order to make this loop possible, with everything taken into consideration, we opted to use the water taxi this year, right? So we're taking the water taxi from the Algonquin Outfitters store up to Happy Isle Lake, which is in the north arm of Opeongo Lake, just north of Hailstorm Bay. So how big is our portage when we get off the water taxi?
No idea. 2 kilometers?
Just a little over 2K, yeah. So we got a 2K, well, a 2235 meter portage as soon as we get off the boat.
I thought you were talking about the number.
Oh, no. And then we're into Happy Isle Lake, and Happy Isle Lake is our lake for night 1. That's going to be a big day.
I'm so excited for those steak bites.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about food a little bit too.
Okay.
And then for day 2, we got 3 portages that day, and then we're into Otter Slide Lake for night 2. That lake has a couple big islands on it, and looks like there's a few nice little sites there too. And for day 3, we are going north on Otter Slide Creek. Now I have paddled this creek before, but I don't really remember it too well. There are 5 portages on that creek, and they're all very, very small portages, except for the one is a 730. And we will be going with the current. Yes. And that brings us into Big Trout Lake. So on day 3, we'll be in Big Trout Lake. And this is the lake of many islands. Stayed on this lake before, on like probably one of the smallest islands on the lake. And I just remember this lake. It was such a really nice, gorgeous, big lake. Really looking forward to this lake on the trip. And like Owen said, we're staying 2 nights, so night 3 and night 4 on Big Trout Lake. And by that point, we'll be pretty much in the middle of the park. And we might throw in a day trip there. We'll have to see. So for the next night, we're on Merchant Lake. And this is to get into merchant. It's a 1840 meter portage, so just shy of 2K. And that, so that brings us into merchant. So there's an interesting looking little site, little area here. There's a falls with a point site. After merchant, for our last night, we're in Red Rock Lake. So we gotta paddle through the rest of merchant, paddle through Happy Isle, and then we have a 1330 into Red Rock. And then our last day, day 7, is an 1880 meter portage. It's from Red Rock to the north arm of Opeong. So we're being picked up there at the head of that portage at 11 a.m. So that will finish our trip. And overall, the loop is not huge, but it'll give us some challenges, and it'll also allow us to have a little more camp life, a little more fishing time. It's not a drive yourself into the ground kind of trip for distance anyway. And yeah, we're just really looking forward to getting out there, being in nature, and having a good time. Hey?
I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. And we're going with the same crew as last year, exactly the same people. And yeah, the other thing we're doing different this year is our food. So always in the past, we've done freeze-dried food. And even before we all started tripping together, I've always done freeze-dried food. Just the ease and convenience of it. Nutritional value is pretty, yeah, it's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. As far as sodium content is concerned, it's definitely not decent. But yeah, so we're night 1. We got what for supper?
Steak bites and potatoes, right?
That's right. The little pouches, the potato and veggie pouches, right in the fire.
It's hurting my butt. That part's hurting my butt.
No, okay.
I have to sit like this.
So yeah, we got. We're gonna have steak cut up into bite-sized pieces, and I'm gonna throw those in the fry pan, fry them up over the fire.
That's gonna be good for the first night.
Yeah, that'll be great.
It's kind of like a victory celebration if we make it on that portage, because 6 hours of sitting down and then a big walk.
Yeah, we got 6 hours minimum in the car for the drive up.
And then 25 minutes.
And then we got 25 minutes in the water taxi, and then straight onto the portage.
Wow.
Which is 2,300 meters. And we might have to double carry because we're gonna have a food bucket this year, the barrel. So yeah, so we've got pizza night planned, we've got taco night planned, we've got spaghetti night planned.
Pretty good nights.
Yeah.
The desserts are pretty good too.
Yeah, we've got a full-on chicken dinner planned with mashed potatoes and
it's like Thanksgiving
gravy
dinner.
and yeah, stuffing, carrots, all this stuff planned out. So yeah, food is definitely going to be different this year. It's going to be a lot more weight in food this year than we're used to carrying, but I'm just not really concerned about it because like I say, the distance is not crazy, and we're just going to take our time, and if we have to double carry, we double carry. I really don't care. Right?
Right. Yeah, but Nicholas is pretty certain that we're not going to have to.
Yeah.
On the first portage.
Yeah, he's pretty determined that we're going to be able to single carry at least the first one.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we could. We might have to piggyback it. So that's our trip. That's our gear. That's our food plan. That's pretty much a trip in a nutshell. There's a couple different variables this time that we didn't have to deal with before. One of which is Owen's ankle. Not ankle, where the Achilles tendon attaches to the heel plate. So that's a little sore. So it's a good thing we didn't plan the route we originally planned was a big route. Yeah, so his heel's a little bit sore, so it's a good thing we didn't plan what we originally planned, the route. That was well over 100K. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
So this video will be posted the day we leave, the morning that we leave. So if you're watching this Saturday morning, we are literally on the road headed up to Algonquin.
Yeah.
Right? Big, epic trip. Hopefully we have nice weather.
I think we will.
Yeah, yeah. We're prepared for anything. So yeah, we can't wait. And hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more. I'll have the trip video blog probably in August. We'll post that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned.